Hello everyone, welcome back in biology class again. As you are knowing, today the date is 28/8/2020. This video is for class 9th. Subject is biology and the chapter we are studying, why do we fall ill, and today we will study about causes of disease. Dear students, you studied yesterday that organism's body is made up of cells. Cells join together to form the tissues. Tissues grouped together to form the organs. And various organs, when contribute, coordinate with others to perform a particular function in the body, they are called the organ system. And proper supply of materials in and out of the cell is necessary in order to survive a healthy life. This is not only the food or nutrition, there are many other things also which are required to stay healthy. Okay, if we take the example of digestive system, just to understand, okay, you know, digestive system is necessary, and this system help the organism to take the nutrition. This digestive system is mouth that has the tongue, teeth, salivary glands, and these all are present in buccal cavity, and all those help in mastication and ingestion of food. Similarly, if we go ahead in alimentary canal, there is the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, pancreas, liver, rectum, anus, many organs are there. And all those organs coordinate one another for one purpose, that is to get the nutrition. Okay, suppose any of the organ in the body of any organ system is become out of order, not functioning properly, it will certainly cause some uncomfort, and this uncomfort will lead to create problem in getting the nutrition by the organisms. Due to poor nourishment, organism lost its immunity, organism become weak, and in this way it will not able to perform a healthy life, and the functions which are necessary for the stay alive. Okay. There are many how we come to know that any disease happened in the body. By the symptoms, indications, manifestations. Like suppose any kind like wounded pus, headache. Okay. These are creating discomfort in the body. That is the condition of disease. But if we see the symptom, that is the headache. So one symptom in the body will be because of many reasons. You can take example. Suppose a person is suffering from headache. Okay. This headache is due to the stress. Stress can come due to exams for you. Many reasons. This can become due to defect in vision, and this vision defect will have the many reasons. Either the nourishment is low, means deficiency, or due to any other disturbance in the body. This headache is due to hard work, whole day. Maybe any day become too busy to get rest, and at the evening we will face the headache, harassment. This can be due to other reasons also, like malaria. This can be due to fever. So one manifestation, one symptom is not enough to diagnose the disease, cause of disease. Okay? But we certainly come to know that some kind of discomfort is happening in the body is not fit. Then in that condition, what will we do? We consult to the physicians. Physicians search the signs. Sign, S-I-G-N-S, sign. Signs that is related to some particular disease. Like if we talk about the malaria, that will be the fever, means increased body temperature, headache, loss of appetite, and improper functioning of digestive system. There can be. Then physician, what physician do? Physician first identify the signs, and second, if he has some doubt in identification, he will create the test, means diagnosis test, to be confirmed about the disease. So symptoms only give informations. Symptoms give only information about the disease. That some kind of mishappening is going on in the body, some kind of discomfort is going on in the body. But signs are related to some particular disease, and those who knows the sign The person who knows the sign of particular disease will able to identify what kind of disease is in the body and how the organism will get relief. Okay, so this is very important. What is the difference between the symptoms and signs? You have to understand this properly, that symptoms are only information about the disease, but they are not clear, because one kind of symptom will arise due to many reasons. Okay, while the sign is related to some particular disease, and on the basis of identification of the signs we are able to confirm the disease, and if still we are in doubt, then test or diagnosis is the way by which we will confirm the disease. Okay, now what are the causes? What causes? Dear students, there are mainly two types of causes. Two types. One, first one will be intrinsic, extrinsic cause. Extrinsic means outer reasons. बाह्य कारण क्या है? तो generally there are two causes, external and internal. In external cause, you can count the microorganisms. Microorganisms means disease causing microorganisms are also called pathogens. It can be, as you are knowing, bacteria, viruses, fungi, helminths, and some worms. They come from outside of the body, from surrounding environment, enters in the body, enters through air, water, food, physical and sexual contact. Anyhow they can reach in the body. From where they come? From outside environment. So they come under extrinsic cause of disease. You can take many examples. If we take a very common disease that most of the people try to hide, is the ringworm. That caused because of fungi. Okay. So this fungi is not inside the body. It comes from the outside. Okay. Second, you can take the adequate diet. Okay, adequate diet means not too much, not too tasty. It is nourishment that has the balanced amount of all components of food which is required by the body in order to survive a healthy life. Okay, so adequate diet is also necessary, and from where the diet will come? It will come from the surrounding, like the grains, minerals, and many more fat, carbohydrate, vitamins, proteins, whatever they are. We take them from our surrounding. Okay, and what will happen? There means inadequate diet will create different types of deficiency diseases. You are knowing many names like beriberi, scurvy, night blindness. Okay, such kind of diseases will happen, kwashiorkor, marasmus. Okay, this is because of deficiency of a particular type of component in the food. Okay, and this will come from the surrounding, and this inadequate diet will not only create the deficiency disease but also weaken our immune system, and organism's body becomes susceptible for the infections and other diseases. Okay. Third cause, you can take the environmental pollution. This is also not inside our body. Here you can take an example of Minamata disease. Minamata. Okay. What happens in this? Environmental pollutants will increases and enter in the food chain. Finally, they enter in the body of organisms. They are not required by the body, so they are rejected by the body, and they start to accumulate or create the worst effects, bad effects in the body that will make the organisms to feel discomfort. Okay, like arsenic, cadmium, mercury, many. These are the heavy metals. Arsenic come from the water. Similarly, mercury will also come from the water. In Japan, this disease caused heavy loss for humans, and it was accumulated in the fishes, and all those Japanese who eaten the fish, they start to suffer from Minamata disease. Okay, so this environmental pollution is also present in our surrounding, and it is a cause that comes from the outside. You can take one more cause, that is tobacco, alcohol, drugs. These are also the extrinsic causes of diseases, discomfort in the body. There are many examples. You can take the example of Sanjay Dutt. You can take the example of Yo-Yo Honey Singh, and still a case is going on of Sushant, Riya Chakravarti Sushant. There is a case of drug dealing. Okay, so this will disturb the normal activity of the organism, means humans, and whenever they are not having drugs in their body, alcohol in the body, tobacco in the body, they got depressed most of the times, and they are not interested in any kind of work. They require only those things. So this is also a kind of discomfort, a disease. Okay, addiction. So these are the extrinsic causes of diseases. Now, if, as I said, the two causes, the second is intrinsic cause of disease, internal reasons, what is already present inside the body. There are also, like you can take the example of hyper or hypo secretion of hormones. Hypo or hyper secretion of hormones. Dear students, as you are knowing, hormones are the accelerator or inhibitor of our physiological functions, and they are required by the body in very small amount and small concentration. If their secretion increases or decreases, hyper means more and hypo means less. As you studied in first chapter, hypotonic solution, hypertonic solution. Okay, so this less or more secretion of hormones will create certain kind of diseases in the body. Okay, like you can take the example of insulin hormone. Okay, whenever the insulin secretion decreases, the person got suffered from the diabetes. Okay, so hyper or hyposecretion of hormones secreted inside the body, so they are internal reason. Okay, second, you can take malfunctioning of organs or body parts. Just I taken the example of headache, and one reason I taken the defect in vision. Okay, so if there is defect in the vision, it may be due to any reason, due to deficiency of vitamin A or any other thing, but it is the intrinsic cause, and this malfunctioning of vision, mal means less functioning, okay, improper function. Due to malfunctioning of body, organism feel discomfort, and this is called disease. You can take here the another reason, that is the genetic disorders. Genetic disorders. There are many diseases which we get from our parents. You can take the example of sickle cell anemia. Okay? Sickle cell anemia. In this condition, the red blood corpuscles are unable to carry sufficient amount of oxygen to the body cells in the blood. Okay? Hair lips. Okay? So there are many, like diabetes also, hydrocele, okay, or piles. There are many kind of diseases which cause due to disorder in the DNA that we received from our parents. Okay, and this is present, this defected gene, defected DNA present inside our body, and it received from the parent. It is also intrinsic cause. One more you can take here, the weakened immune system. Weakened immune system is also reason, because weakened immune system, the organism which has the weakened immune system is susceptible for simple infections also. Many times you are seeing many people often suffering from cold flu. So they often got infected because they have the weakened immune system, while the many other members of same family will not got infected by that cold. The person which often frequently infected will have the weakened immune system, and this is present inside his body. Okay, so these are some reasons because of which the disease happens in the body. Dear students, these reasons, these causes may be of immediate effect or they will be contributory in their effect. Immediate effect and contributory. For this, we have to take an example. Suppose few babies in the society are drinking milk and some of them started to suffer from the loose motions. Okay? Now, when we go to the immediate cause of disease, this immediate cause of disease is due to any pathogen like bacteria, virus, fungi or any other. Some kind of microorganism which is present in the bottle, in milk, nipple or in hand, whatever. Okay? So the first level cause is the pathogens, infections. Okay? So this is the immediate cause of disease. Okay? Now if we will go ahead through this point, we come to know that these pathogens come in the milk, reach in the body of babies with the help of dirty water. Maybe milk bottle has not been boiled, properly cleaned, and due to this, these microorganisms enters in the body of organisms. Okay? Now, second level, you will get that all the babies in the society will not suffer from the loose motion. Only some suffer from the loose motion. Why? So there are two reasons. One reason is that some of the baby has the strong immune system, that's why they not suffered from the disease. While those who are suffering from the disease either will have the weakened immune system or will have the genetic defect in their body. Okay? So this is second level and it is contributory. What? Weaken immune system or genetic defect, the defect from the parents. This is the contributory cause. Because all the babies in the society will not suffer from the loose motion, are not suffering from the loose motion. Only some of them are suffering. Those who are suffering, either they will have the weakened immune system or they will have the defected genes in their body. But now another contributory, third level. Why the babies who are suffering from the loose motion, from where they get the pathogens? From dirty water, from dirty surrounding. It means the families of those babies who are suffering from the loose motion are living in lower society where the municipality has not arranged proper clean drinking water, clean environment. The society will not have the properly educated to handle, to care. There are many reasons. So these are also means public administration is also a contributory cause for a disease. Okay. So here we discussed about the immediate cause of disease and contributory cause of disease. And these all causes are either intrinsic, internal or extrinsic, means external. Okay. So today I want to rest my topic. In next term I will start the topic types of diseases based on different reasons like the duration, like the causal organisms or due to aging, many bases are there. So till then, watch this video again and again, try to understand the topic, and if you are able to understand, it's my humble request, please subscribe, like, share and comment if you want to give any suggestion. Okay, thank you very much for watching.